Now that we have a completed circle of fifths with all of our majors and all of our minors, we can look at it and the connection between major and minor in two different ways. That is, relative key signatures and parallel key signatures. And I know since you have been practicing your major scales a lot that you know all of your majors. And most likely you're going to use one of these to find your minor key signatures. And notice that both parallel and relative, from the definitions you see on this page, have the same something and a different something. And let's start with relative, because how relative key signatures work on the circle of fifths is they are right next to each other. So all around the key signatures, C major and A minor, they are relative key signatures. G major and E minor are relative key signatures. B minor and D major are relative key signatures. They have the same key signature and different starting note. So in other words, E minor and G major have the same key signature of 1 sharp, but they start on different notes. E minor starts on E and G major starts on G. Those are relative key signatures. So let's take those two, the same key signature and the different starting note, and reverse them over here for parallel. We have the same starting note, but a different key signature. And the best way to find that is to look for the same note. Here we have C major, and over 3 spots, 1, 2, 3, we have C minor. So C major and C minor are parallel keys. They both start on C, but C major has no sharps or flats, and C minor has 3 flats. And we can do that again. Let's do it with, here is E major. And let's go 1, 2, 3 to E minor. Those are parallel key signatures. E major has 4 sharps, and E minor only has 1 sharp. And hopefully you've already seen a pattern. So let's discuss that further. Let's use our parallel key signatures to find from major key signature to minor key signature. For example, let's go from C major to C minor. If you remember what we did, C major was at the top, and then we moved over 3 spots to find our C minor. And so that's how we are going to find our minor scale. C major has no sharps or flats. To get to C minor, we add 3 flats. So C minor will have 3 flats. Let's use the order of flats to be able to add that, and that is B flat, E flat, and A flat. There's our order of flats. So we add B flat, E flat, and A flat. And hopefully you just had somewhat of a revelation. Do you remember going from major to minor in a previous video? And we went from major to minor, we lowered scale degree 3, scale degree 6, and scale degree 7. There it is. From major to minor, lowering scale degree 3, 6, and 7. It's like adding 3 flats onto your major key signature to create parallel key signatures. But perhaps that was too crazy to be coincidental. So let's do it again. Here we are. Let's do B flat major. Here we are. B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, and B flat. So B flat major has 2 flats. To go to B flat minor, we simply add 3 flats, which will be 5. So we have our order of flats: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. And we already have B flat and E flat, so let's add A flat, D flat, and G flat. Scale degree 3, scale degree 6, and scale degree 7. So what you were doing with your major scales to get to your natural minor scales was already something with parallel key signatures. So lowering scale degree 3, 6, and 7 was exactly like going from major to minor on your circle of fifths. But so we have an alternative. Let's actually do relative key signatures too. In your music theory class, you're going to be doing a lot of analysis, and that is looking at a piece of music and figuring out what key it's in and how all of the harmony connects to each other. So you're going to have to look at a key signature and determine the major and minor key signatures that are possible with that key signature. And that's why relative key signatures are going to be very important. How you do that is you go in your major scale and you go up to scale degree 6. So C major, scale degree 6, that means your relative minor key signature, your relative minor scale, is going to be A minor. And A minor has no sharps or flats, and C major has no sharps or flats. So that's how we get to our relative key signatures. Let's do it again on a different starting note so we are sure the pattern works. And let's do our E flat major scale. There's our E flat major scale. And to get to our relative minor, that means the same key signature but different starting note, is again go to scale degree 6. There it is. Scale degree 6. And that will be our relative minor. So E flat major has 3 flats, and C minor also has 3 flats, our relative key signatures.